Hey everyone, Dwayne here with Bronco Wild Outdoors. Thank you for joining me for this video. And today we are going to be talking about the Everglades Bronco 2022 Everglades that will be coming out pretty soon. I have a few pictures here. Just going to pop them up there and kind of go over this a little bit. So let me go ahead and add this in there. Boom. And there we go. So first of all, I'd like to thank the Bronco Nation for putting these out there. Our photo credit obviously goes to them. You can see their watermark there on these pictures. But they had a great write up on this. I think it was last Thursday. And hey, Ford's starting to release some more information on the Everglades Bronco, and it is actually pretty cool. So if I'm not mistaken, this will be the first ever factory winch and snorkel combination, which is pretty cool. Now let's look at the Bronco in general. Okay, so from this view right here, obviously the difference is the factory installed winch on that modular bumper, as well as that snorkel right up the passenger side A-pillar. So when you look at the overall Bronco, it gives, especially the grille here, and the headlights, it gives the feel of my Badlands. I mean, it kind of makes it feel like my Badlands until we start looking a little bit closer. So Bronco here is blacked out. You can see that as well. I don't know if that is for pre-production stuff, if the colors are going to be different. It would be cool to just really put I've heard some people talk about maybe, body match or, a different type. I think something bold in there, a bold color, right? The Badlands orange, which they probably wouldn't do because then you're starting to, mix up the different colors because this is going to have its own unique trim inside. But maybe, who knows? Maybe red, right? You think about what would go good. Could be yellow, could be anything, right? So having a bold Bronco, having those bold letters there in the front grille, I think would be really, really cool. So we're going to go ahead and hit the next slide. Now, you can see the little bit of that eruption green shining through on this back swing gate. Man, that is awesome. So the first thing that you see there, obviously, is a spare tire. It looks like a 35. Goodyear for sure. Pretty certain it's the Territory, at least I can't really tell, but it is a 35-inch Goodyear. The wheels. Now, the funny thing about these wheels, they're not, I've seen them, well, I've seen similar ones on Broncos that people have modified after they've taken delivery. And it's not a wheel that I think I would buy initially. But the more I look at these pictures, the more I actually like it. So I think they're growing on me. Just like Eruption Green. I liked it initially. I like it even more now. And being that we have another Bronco coming mid-January, I hope I like it because that is the flavor of the next one. So hardtop, the MIC, the roof racks on this one as well. Now, I didn't get a picture of this because this was actually on a video and unfortunately didn't have time to try to pull that out. But this does have the factory installed tailgate. So you lose a little bit of height in the cargo area in the back. It looks like the onboard door storage now will not work, just like when you have the rear cargo storage bin that you can get now aftermarket. But this tailgate that slides out will be a factory option. So you'll have to order it with the Bronco to be done at the factory. And it looks like you will lose the extra height needed to carry the doors on board. So just a little note there. If you really want the tailgate, you're going to lose maybe one feature, maybe a little bit of room in there. But I think losing that room for any other thing you're carrying is probably not a huge deal unless you just happen to have something that fits tight now. However, the doors would be an issue there. So, the LED taillights and, of course, the signature LED headlights are awesome. Everything in the back here looks pretty typical Bronco. A little bit, that's the same picture we had in the there you go. A little bit different angle. So you see the roof racks here. Now you do see this eruption green on this particular Everglades, and it's pretty cool. Now we're going to go back. I didn't get a good side picture of this, but you can see the fender The fender wells on this one, they're not exactly square, obviously, but they're more of a square design. You can see how the front comes up at an angle, pretty flat across the top, and then down pretty steep in the back. So it gives it that squared off look. You can see it on the back one really, really good as well. Um, so obviously the front fenders and the rear quarters are going to be a different stamping than the other Broncos. Now, one thing I knew that the passenger, when they announced they were going to do a factory snorkel, the front passenger fender was going to be different anyway, because I didn't see how they were going to attach that snorkel to that fender. I figured it would have to have some type of, design in it to help hold that snorkel. So, we'll see there. Now, one of the things that I see, knowing, aftermarket and engines and everything else, I'm pretty certain that they're happy with the performance with this snorkel, right? Obviously, they wouldn't build it, but aftermarket likes to take good, make it better. And when you're building production vehicles, sometimes the decibels of it, the emissions and everything is a little tighter, a little bit more freedom, maybe aftermarket, not a whole lot though. uh, I would imagine that this grill is going to get the air intake on the snorkel is probably going to get opened up a little bit, probably be a little bit bigger grill. Now, having the air intake for the engine this high up does obviously a few things. A Bronco with Sasquatch, I think, has 33.5 inches of clearance, as far as how deep you can run it through water. Um, yeah, we obviously want to keep the intake dry, because we don't want hydrolocking, which is basically when you get water in the cylinder, it's not compressible and things go snap, crackle, and pop. Um, but I would say that bringing the snorkel up here obviously gets rid of that issue, because you have a lot of other issues by the time water got, that high. The other thing it does is it separates it off the ground, and it gets rid of, well, there's less big aggregate flying that high up. So the bigger rock and things like that. Now it's still going to get dust in there, no doubt. Dust is going to be flying everywhere, but your bigger rocks aren't going to be more, prone to getting in there. Now, then you see where the mouse is moving here. The air intake right now is currently under the hood here. And if you notice, it actually sucks air across a channel that's kind of carved out underneath the hood there. And most of the air enters here. And I'm sure it grabs air from the overall grill, but there is an area right here that is real heavy for the intake and allows the air to shoot all the way across this way and get drawn right into that air intake. Obviously, now that is being moved up here on the snorkel, and then the air draws down into here. And in just on the other side of where the mouse is, right here, is the air box where the air filter is located. So it's actually pretty cool. And this is that 10,000 pound Warren winch, I believe it is. I'm trying to remember the option, the price of it. I want to say it's like $3,500. Don't hold me to that. It could be a little different, but we shall see. So running back through this again, the factory, the roof rails, from what I gather, they're going to be there, obviously. The factory installed winch, the factory installed snorkel, and the factory installed tailgate that slides out in from the storage compartment in the back. And there's a lid that lifts up. Still, you're able to get to the jack and the tool area in the back by pulling the tailgate out and then lifting up on the top of that enclosure. And then there's access there. The Bronco Nation has they did a live video which really showed that well. So you can kind of get an idea. If you want to see more about that, just head on over and check out their videos on the Everglades. So they have a lot of really good content on that over there. So, but yeah, so I'd love to know what you think in the comments. Are you going to be looking at buying one? These are going to be limited production. Uh, late 22 or maybe mid summer of 22, I think is the actual term. Now, on the slide out tailgate, that may be a late 22 release. So if you really, really, really want one and you've agreed to be able to get one from your dealer, speaking of an Everglades, and not pay too much for it, well, then maybe you priority code 99 it and somehow wait until that thing comes out. But it will be a limited production. I don't know I just don't know how these are going to be allocated, and when they start building, if it's can you use a standard reservation to get one? I don't know how it's going to work. So I guess that'll be in the weeks and months to come. So should get pricing and more information first quarter of 22. So we're right around the corner from finding out more from Ford on this. But I think for what it's worth, this is going to be a nice trim. It's going to be a nice special edition. Obviously, it's not the Heritage Edition, but it is another type of edition. And who knows? Maybe Everglades get used on other Ford models as well. Maybe it becomes something that they're going to use in maybe the Expedition or the Explorer or the truck. So that's something to watch out for. Does that Everglades name start to find its way into other Ford vehicles? Pretty interesting concept. I think, I don't know. It's what I think. But you can tell, we'll run back through it. The winch, the snorkel, the slide out tailgate on the back, the roof racks, the grill with in here it's blacked out Bronco letters, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're just temporarily blacked out. Maybe there's going to be a different color. The Badlands are white. Maybe there's going to be that bold color. Could be body matching. But I'm thinking more of toward that bold uh, color. Maybe red, maybe yellow. I don't think they would use orange, the Badlands kind of stuff there. But maybe I don't know, maybe something different. Maybe just a real bright yellow or a bright red. I think that'd be kind of cool. Anyway, tell me what you think. Leave a comment below. If you haven't already, by the way, please subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell icon so you know when we go live or drop a video. And also like this video. Basically, that just helps YouTube. They say, hey, people like the video. Let me push it out to more, and more people get to see it. And bingo, there we go. More people get to see about the Everglades Bronco. So 2022 Everglades right here. It's shown in eruption green, which is a very cool color. A lot of good metallic in that. It's a very rich color, actually. Kind of looks like the Badlands Sasquatch from this overall stance here. But I'm sure we're going to find some other information in this that we just don't know about it right now. So, like I said, comment below. Love to know what you think, and subscribe to our channel. And every Sunday night, do not forget 8 p.m. Eastern, we have Extreme Bronco Live, and we either have a guest or we have some pretty cool content. And just check it out. You see it in the playlist there. But every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, we go live, and we look forward to your comments. All right, we're out. See you. Have a great day. Bye.